What the?
So, Paris has got to be the most idealized city in the world. It's probably due to the way this city has been depicted over the years in the media, and also the fact that it has been for centuries one of the centers of cultural and artistic production in Europe. All factors that have inevitably shaped and altered the perception of the city for those who have never seen it with their own eyes.
If you've never been to Paris and I ask you to picture the city, you can instantly do it. And the image your brain comes up with is also probably quite clear and detailed, at least as much as it is wrong. And I'm telling you this because I've been there.
First night in Paris, like first night out in Paris. Survived. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah.
As I went to Paris for the first time to visit a friend, I went through all the stages of someone who has to abandon his unrealistic expectations and come to terms with the fact
That a city is just a city after all.
and that Paris is no exception. However, my experience as a tourist cannot be used as a solid foundation to draw any sort of conclusion about Paris. I mean, visiting a city and living in a city are two completely different things.
And my complaints as a tourist can vastly differ from those a Parisian might have.
Therefore, while I was there, I decided to interview young Parisians in the street, and I asked them what they really think of Paris and whether they believe it is overrated or not.
And this is what they told me.
You've been living here for how long?
I was born here, so
Oh, okay. So what was growing up in Paris like?
I think it was a blessing to be born here because it's a beautiful city, and when you get to know it while growing up, then you discover like the most underground places.
I lived here all my life. Seeing the city evolving is like a little bit heartbreaking sometimes. Seeing my parents complain a lot about how it's working with like Anne Hidalgo and everything. It's always a little bit complicated.
What do you think of Paris as a whole, as a city?
As a whole thing, I think it's a pretty nice place to walk by and be around, but when you know the bad sides of it, I don't think it's the best to live here.
Why?
Because, well, first of all, it's really populated. There's a lot of people. I mean, as you can see, there's a lot of trash on the streets.
I love to walk in Paris, even if there is like a lot of piss.
And also, like, the prices. It's too expensive.
It's becoming way too expensive. Like, I'm not gonna live here any longer. I can't afford to live here.
First time you stepped in my apartment, you thought, okay, this is a shitty apartment. Super small, 20 square meters, expensive, super expensive for what it is. But the thing is, I'm super lucky compared to other Parisians.
No, I don't see myself living in Paris in the future.
What are the things you like the most and the things you hate the most about the city?
Alors moi, ce que je préfère le plus à Paris, c'est la culture, les expositions, l'art. C'est une ville dans laquelle on peut être vachement épanoui si on a des projets, etc. Maintenant, c'est les gens à Paris. En fait, c'est une grosse ville, donc tout le monde est très pressé, tout le monde a son travail et tout, donc les gens sont pas mal aigris et fatigués, ce qui est un peu dommage parce qu'on a une magnifique ville.
Positive will be that people know how to party here. Also, it's a beautiful city, regardless.
Je dirais qu'il y a pas mal de choses à faire, qu'il y a pas mal de culture, que c'est assez diversifié, qu'on a quand même pas mal d'activités, pas mal d'opportunités professionnelles.
How would you describe other Parisians?
Alors c'est compliqué, puisque je pense que tous les Parisiens sont différents, mais si on... En fait, j'aime pas faire des clichés, j'aime pas être dans le stéréotype, donc je dirais pas que le Parisien est aigri. Maintenant, les Parisiens ont du mal à aller vers les autres. C'est pour ça qu'ils paraissent aigris. Mais c'est pas forcément le cas, c'est pas des personnes naturellement aigries entre eux, etc. je pense.
People are like always moody and dirty and rude. But you get used to it. You end up being one of them.
Like if you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah, exactly.
Je pense que non, en vrai, les Parisiens sont cool. Niveau acceptation, en vrai, ils sont assez cool. C'est juste, il faut juste être assez sociable en soi. Tu peux pas être timide vraiment parce que, en fait, beaucoup de gens font la gueule à Paris, donc c'est pas facile d'échanger avec eux. Et même si vous êtes un peu timide, juste se forcer un tout petit peu pour échanger de plus en plus. Et je pense que après ils sont assez ouverts à ce moment-là.
What makes the fame of the Parisians so bad is the stress.
Le stress. Le stress.
We're under stress a lot, and it makes us really annoying. Maybe think we're better than the others. The thing that makes us stressed like that is the work.
Even though it's like the Parisian dream and stuff.
Yeah, what about the Parisian dream?
Like, I mean, I know a lot of people from other countries come here with like ideas of like building an empire, starting to work here. But I mean, even if I see the appeal to it, it's pretty stressful to be in Paris, I think.
With the subway and the bus, there's always a lot of trouble, so it's complicated to like sometimes go to some place because you're always running late because of the metro and the bus that stops, or because there are grève. Strikes? Grève, oui, des grèves. Yeah, sorry.
No, it's fine. Do you think that Paris is overrated, like the reputation it has worldwide?
I think yes.
Yes, it's
Yes,
overrated.
it is.
Yes, we know it, but I love this city so much.
I do think it's a bit overrated, yeah. Because there's a lot, if you want beauty in France, there's a lot of places, even tiny places that are really prettier than Paris and even cheaper. But it is good to have visited Paris once in your life, I guess.
Est-ce que tu penses que c'est surcoté?
Oui, tout à fait. oui. Ouais. Bah, je pense que c'est un peu comme nous, quand on voit par exemple les États-Unis, etc. Et quand on y va, c'est pas pareil. Je pense que c'est un peu moins bien quand même, c'est très surcoté. Bah, je pense qu'on montre pas tout Paris, on montre les bons côtés, la Tour Eiffel, les Champs-Élysées. Mais on montre pas forcément la Chapelle, Clignancourt et tout le tralala derrière. Bah ouais, on montre pas tout, donc voilà.
Do you think it's overrated?
C'est justifié, c'est ça?
Est-ce que tu penses que c'est surcoté ou pas?
Alors, oui, c'est surcoté puisque les gens ils ont des attentes qui sont énormes vis-à-vis de Paris. Maintenant, effectivement, la ville elle est magnifique, c'est une très belle ville, c'est peut-être la plus belle ville du monde, mais les gens se font des films à un niveau, c'est aberrant. Il y a des stéréotypes autour de Paris qui sont un peu exagérés.
The thing is that when you think of Paris, you think of a beautiful city, you think of nice architecture, fashion, culture, art. All of this is here in Paris, but people tend to idealize the city. Everything you say about Paris is true, but it's overrated. It's true, but overrated.
If you only come here from the picture that you saw and the movies and the romantic side of it, it will definitely be a disappointment. But if you come here to like visit the most, like I said, underground places, meet people, just visit the city outside of like the Eiffel Tower, and that's it, I guess. Like the touristic places, then you will find a good city. But if you come here looking to see the good side of it, the romantic side of it, you'll be disappointed.
Sous le ciel de Paris s'envole une chanson. Elle est née d'aujourd'hui dans le cœur d'un garçon.